because the secret is everybody wants the same thing. We all want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be loved, and we want to be accepted. We have to give that gift to ourselves. Welcome. My name is Nick. I'm a human behavior enthusiast and relationship specialist, and I've been studying humans and their nature for the past 20 years. I've been absolutely fascinated by why people do the things that they do and how to attain fulfillment and satisfaction in life. One of the reasons why I created this channel is because I've seen a huge problem in society where we're all becoming more and more disconnected than ever before, and we all crave connection more than ever. I fit into this as well. I've craved connection and strong relationships my whole life. And it wasn't until probably the last 10 years that I really started to learn how to cultivate this in my life. And I'd like to share that story with you. Before, I would basically do what everyone else was doing, and I would just go on dating sites and try to find somebody to complete me because I thought that that's just what you do. And when you find your person, everything works out and you have somebody and you can move in with them and cultivate a life together and everything is great. And it really is that simply told to us. That's what we think happiness is in life, and that's what we think we need to do to be satisfied with ourselves. Maybe get a good job and make some money, have kids, buy a house, and retire early, hopefully, right? But the more we see people doing this, the more we realize that it doesn't really work. And most people don't leave this world fulfilled. They actually leave with a lot of regrets. There's a lot of denial in this world. And so what I saw is that the original formula is not working. And something needs to be changed here in order for us to feel fulfilled in life. And what I noticed is that we're social creatures and we crave connection and we want it more than ever, but we can't control other people. We can't make them just come our way and give us what we want. And the more that we try to do that, the more we seem to push people away. So what's the solution? The solution is actually cultivating that trust within ourselves and really getting to learn about ourselves and our past experiences and how we grew up and why we have the needs and desires that we do. And most of us don't even look at those things. We just skip all of that, go through school, and expect to come out fine. Just find a couple people, have a couple beers on the weekends, and life's great. Except it's not. There's a lot of denial, and most people won't admit that they're not happy or that they're desperate to connect. And the only reason why I know this is because I've been there. I've been in this situation. I've been in isolation. I've been depressed. I've craved connection. And I did all of the things that everyone told me to do, and they didn't work. And so I looked at my life and I realized that if I have, say, 30 plus years left, I need to figure this out because I can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. What I really found out at a base level is that you have to create the life that you want for yourself. You have to create the love that you want for yourself. And once you start to care about yourself and your needs and build trust with yourself and start to feel good from the inside, that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when your energy changes and you start to emit a frequency out into the world that is attractive and that other people want to gravitate to, because the secret is everybody wants the same thing. We all want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to be loved, and we want to be accepted. We have to give that gift to ourselves. And when you begin to cultivate that strong level of confidence and love inside yourself by realizing what you need and meeting your own needs, that's when the magic starts to happen. I, for one, thought that I was meeting my own needs and that I was doing all the things that I needed to do, like going to the gym, eating healthy, and making sure that the hobbies that I was doing were hobbies that I wanted. But there's a deeper level of connection that needs to happen within the self to really understand who you are. It's not just about doing things at the surface level and feeling good temporarily. It's really about sitting with yourself and asking yourself what you need. What do you really need? And this is the kind of work that I started doing because honestly, nothing else was working. And I felt like I tried everything else and I wanted to nail this. I wanted to get it. So after being able to do that for a little bit and seeing some things change in my life, that's when I started to get really excited about this kind of work. And this is the kind of work that I want to introduce to you. Here's a couple of the things that we're going to be focusing on this channel. We're going to be focusing on how to cultivate a strong, trustworthy relationship that you have with yourself so that you wake up in the morning and you feel good in your own skin, you feel motivated, you feel ready to take on the day, and you feel excited to learn and not take failure as a horrible thing that happens to you. Instead, it's more of an experiment where you learn something and you're able to try something different. We just can't do things perfectly the first time, and most of the time that we do things for the first time, they don't turn out that great. It's an experiment, and if we're willing to pick ourselves back up and continue, we get better each time. We're going to be focusing on how to set boundaries and how to deal with difficult people, difficult family members, difficult friends, co-workers, people that you're going to meet along your journey, and how to handle everyone else's imbalances and criticisms so that they don't tear you down and bring you back to square one. We're going to be focusing on how to feel confident in chasing your dreams and how to put the right feelers out into the world to attract the things that you want, and how to feel satisfied in your network. How do you find the right people for you? What kinds of people do you really need around you to support you? What kinds of people are going to best resonate with your character and what you're all about? These are things that we're going to focus on because having a strong network of people that you trust and that you can rely on is one of the best things you can do for yourself in this lifetime. And it's one of the things that we secretly all want, and most of us don't have. When you actually put that first as a core need that you have, that's when you really begin to build a strong self from the inside. We're going to be talking about communication and how to communicate with people effectively in romantic partnerships, in family dynamics, with friendships, and at work. Communication is one of the things that makes life so much easier to move through when you know what to say, what not to say, when to back off, and maybe just leave some space for a little while for processing. These are important aspects of relationships and what it means to be human. And to be able to honor these things within yourself and within others is what's really going to help other people trust you, and it's going to help you feel like you really are doing everything that you can in your relationships to support others, but also to make sure that you're supporting yourself and getting your needs met. The more skills that you're able to build and acquire in the relationship world, the better your connections are going to be, the more you'll know how to handle your relationships so that you feel supported and the other person feels supported as well. It's like a skill that anybody else would work on. You actually work on it and become good at it. It's not just something that we innately have, and we can't just expect other people to meet our needs perfectly and give us exactly what we want. We have to be willing to work on it with other people, and we have to be willing to study it ourselves and try things out so that we become better at connecting and forming these relationships with people. I always felt like relationships should have been a subject taught at school because it's not innately known to us from birth. And most of us really don't understand how to connect. We just leave it up to chance. So it's really just luck whether we find the people that we want to in our lives or not. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do that. You can actually work at this and develop a skill set where you'll know if someone is right for you. You'll know if a connection resonates with you, and you'll be able to either move forward with that or move on. Because I'm a firm believer that nothing should be forced, and a connection definitely shouldn't be forced in life. And usually if you do try to force a relationship, it doesn't feel good, and there's a lot of friction, and there's a high probability that it will end at some point, or that it's just not going to grow beyond a surface level connection. We need to be willing to find the people in our lives that we can add to our network who are willing to go deeper and who want to do the work and who care about building a strong, solid foundation in the relationship they have with us.